1465, page 1466, page 1467, 1468, 1469, 1470, page 1471, page 1472, page 1473, page 1479, page 1475, page 1476, page 1477, page 1478, page 1479, page 1480, page 1481, 1482.
Point of order.
Yes. Point of order.
My name is Mohamed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. Mr. President, distinguished senators, I wish to crave the indulgence of the President of the Senate.
Is it connected with any of the pages here?
Huh?
Is it connected with these votes and proceedings?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
With this vote and proceeding, and particularly this page.
Particularly?
This page.
Page
1482.
1482.
Yes.
What is so special about 1482?
Well, that is 1482. I am craving for the indulgence of the Senate to invoke orders, clause orders 1B and 52C of the Senate.
Read the orders. Read the orders, because some television studios came to me and pleaded with me that they would like to take the sitting live. That is of interest to many people. I said, go ahead. We don't make law inside the closet. We make laws for Nigerians.
Give me my order.
So be guided that you are live on different television studios right now. So read the order for them to know. Let them know that we are ruled by our rules and the constitution of the country.
Yes, Mr. President, distinguished senators, order 1B.
Use your mic, please.
Yes, I'm using my mic. Order 1B.
Yes.
Order 1B.
Order 1B.
1B states, in all cases not provided for in this standing order or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate, the Senate shall by resolution regulate its proceedings.
Distinguished colleagues, whatever he wants to bring up in respect of 1452 of the votes and proceedings is probably connected with order 1B. Yes. Those in support that he be allowed to proceed with under order 1B say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Well, yes, continue.
Then order 52.6. Order 52.6 says
order 52.6
it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the Senate has come to a conclusion during the current session, except upon a substantive motion for decision. Mr. President, distinguished senators,
come again.
Is saying it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific question upon which the Senate has come to a conclusion during the current session, except upon a substantive motion for rescission. Mr. President, I am craving for the indulgence of the Senate for a rescission of our decision as regards clause 60, subsection 3 of the Electoral Act
amendment
recommendation that of the bill.
Electoral Act amendment.
Yes, Electoral Act amendment bill.
Is that contained in 1482 of the votes and proceedings?
Page 1482 of our votes and proceedings.
So you want to rescind the decision we took last?
Yes, I want that decision to be rescinded.
Distinguished colleagues, is it those in support that he should proceed under this order, what order did you come under? 62, under order 62.3. Senator Ningi, please.
Mr. President,
Adumbrate.
my name is Senator Ningi, and I represent Bauchi Central.
Yes.
I rise to second the motion ably moved and canvassed by the Senate whip of this House that under order 1B and 526 of the Senate, that the Senate should accordingly rescind its earlier decision on clause 60(3) of the Electoral Act and repeal an enactment bill as previously passed. I will commit that is the motion. He moved. He did. He did the motion.
Let me move the motion.
Sorry. Distinguished colleagues.
Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues. First of all, the point of order is upheld.
Mr.
And
President.
secondly, we now give you the opportunity to proceed with your motion.
Yes, what I did earlier on is an explanation to the questions that you
I have
posed.
told you.
Yes, thank
the
you,
Senate
sir.
has given you. You
It's
have
a
the floor.
motion, Mr. President. Distinguished senators, my name is Mohammed Tahir Monguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. My motion is motion for rescission on clause 60 subsection 3 of the Electoral Act 2022 repeal and enactment bill 2026. The motion reads thus. The Senate recalls that the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill was passed by the Senate on Wednesday, 4th February 2026. Note that upon careful examination of the bill, fresh issues have emerged.
Senator Monguno, just a minute.
Yes.
Distinguished colleagues, will it be out of place for us to finish with the votes and proceedings, and then he can go ahead and change any part?
Let's stay on this.
Why are you confusing me?
Senator, please sit down. Senator Yaya.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Yahya Abdullahi representing Kebbi North. What he has raised now is a kind of a notification or a correction to what is there on the protocol of proceedings. So we just note that and then finish the consideration of both of proceedings, and after which we give him a chance to raise his motion.
Exactly. He's right.
Now, no, it's not correct, because already he has invoked order 1B, and it was put to vote, and it was agreed. So he should continue. He's talking about if we are following a normal procedure. He's talking about if we are following a normal procedure, but he has invoked order 1B to put that aside and then move on to deal with this matter. So we should deal with the matter.
Well guided. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will read again. The motion reads, the Senate recalls that the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill was passed by the Senate on Wednesday, 4th February 2026. Notes that upon careful examination of the bill, fresh issues have emerged in respect of clause 60(3), which requires further legislative consideration in order to ensure the conduct of smooth, transparent, and credible elections in Nigeria. And relying on the provisions of orders 1B and 52(6) of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended, accordingly resolves to rescind decision on clause 60(3) of the Electoral Act repeal and enactment bill as previously passed, and recommit clause 60(3) to the Committee of the Whole for further reconsideration and passage. I so move. Mr. President, the reasoning behind this amendment,
Mr. President,
is that
point of order.
I've just given background information for the reason behind this amendment. The reasoning behind this amendment is I was the one who moved a motion for the retention of the existing act, and it was as a result of the controversy generated whether to use the word transfer or transmission. The controversy that it was generated, in order to clear that controversy, that this motion was brought in order to clear that controversy. Mr. President, the Senate being an embodiment of the representative will of the people, will always act in consonance with the wishes and aspirations of the people, being an embodiment of the representative will of the people. Mr. President, this amendment that is sought is to bring our laws that we are making, is to make it autonomous, to make it a replica of the wishes and aspirations of the people. That is the reasoning behind this amendment. Thank you, sir.
He's saying that
Mr. President.
Sorry, let me guide the Senate. What I understood.
Point of order. Point of order.
What he proposed in the last sitting was the use of the word transfer, not transmit. And I think you came to me and asked me, what was that? What is that he said transfer instead of transmit. So he came to me and mentioned the fact that he would like to propose a motion to ensure that he changes that word. But I was asking the clerk that it looks like even the clerk did not reflect it in the votes.
Mr. President,
So
the amendment I'm proposing.
go ahead with the.
That's your motion. That's your motion.
That is the motion. That the presiding officer. The presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to IREP portal, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed Form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails as a result of communication failure and it becomes impossible to transmit the result contained in Form EC8A, signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit, the Form EC8A shall, in such a case, be the primary source of correlation and declaration of results. That is the amendment sought to be made in this motion.
Thank you. Yes, Senator Abamoro. No, it's okay. Senator Abamoro. I'll repeat it. I'll repeat. If his voice, Senator Goje, if his voice is not loud enough, and so you didn't hear well, I have told Senator Abamoro to second the motion, and I will repeat the motion before I put it to votes. Senator Abamoro, please second the motion.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I want to say this is the beauty of democracy. Senator Mongono made a proposal in the last session, and today he has come with a substantive motion that he wants to amend, rescind the proposal that he made in the last plenary, which was taken. I therefore second the motion that he be allowed to.
What is the motion? What motion? What is the motion? Now tell us. Oh yes.
If you allow him, he will tell you.
No, you tell us.
And so I second the motion.
Which motion? What motion?
That
what motion is it?
the motion to resolve it to the committee of the whole.
Distinguished colleagues, this is the motion. This is the motion. It's very simple. If you disagree with him, move your counter motion. So if you agree with him, you agree with me when I put the votes. When I ask for the votes, when I ask for your consent, let me read the motion. His earlier motion which passed in our last sitting, he has sought to rescind that. That is in respect of section 60 subsection 3, and this is what he's proposing: that the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IREF portal, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed Form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units, because sometimes you don't see any polling agent. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails, if it fails as a result of communication failure, in other words, maybe network or otherwise, and it becomes impossible to transmit the result electronically in Form EC8A, signed and stamped by the presiding officer, and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units. The Form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of collation and declaration of results. So distinguished colleagues, if anybody has a counter motion, you move it later. But in the meantime, those in support of the motion as enunciated by Senator Mongunu and seconded by Senator Bamoro, say aye. Aye. And those again say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Point of order.
Mr. President, my name is Naya Baribe, and I represent Abia South. My point of order is Order 72, Mr. President.
Let me just guide you.
Order, please. My mic is not working. Order.
All the extra. I'm still standing on my point of order.
Order, please. Order, please.
DSP. All the extra he added was unnecessary. Should I just left it here? But we're on committee of the whole now. What are we?
This thing is not working.
Yeah.
Senator Baribe.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
If we're going to committee of the whole, then let's leave it. Because we'll have to discuss it.
Page 1483. Page 1484. Page 1485. Page 1486.
Can you take your seat, please? Take your seat.
Order. Take your seat.
Page
Professor Ani, take your seat. Senator Yunus, take your seat.
1489.
Senator Karimi, take your seat.
Page 1490.
Take your seat. Take your seat.
Mr. President.
Page 1491.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Page 1492. Page 1493.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of
Page
order.
1494.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
Page 1495.
Point of order, Mr. President. Point of order.
On what? On which page? Oh, sorry. Distinguished colleagues. Senator Kawu.
Mr. President.
Senator Yahaya.
My name is Naya Baribe.
Sorry.
Order, please. Order.
My order is order 72, Mr. President.
What does it say? Read. No.
Any senator may challenge the opinion of the president or the chairman by claiming a division. Mr. President, I claim a division.
In respect of.
We need to vote individually now.
That
motion.
Yes.
That motion.
SB, put it to vote. Put it to vote. Put it to vote.
Okay.
Constitutional order. Point of order. SB, let us vote. Let us vote. Let us vote. Let us vote now. Constitutional order.
Senator Ome.
Let us vote.
Senator Ome.
Point of order. Point of order. Order, please. Order, please. Point of order.
Why is it that all of a sudden
I don't understand. Point of order. Point of order. Yes, sir. Babu. Point of order. Constitutional order. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please.
We do that now.
Let me tell you.
No.
Point of order. Point of order. I want to say my mind clean.
Distinguished colleagues,
Point of order.
to ensure clarity, I want to put the votes.
Point of order, Mr.
To ensure
President.
clarity, I'm coming. Distinguished colleagues, in line with our rules.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished, please 1 minute. Senator Abaribe, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr.
1 minute,
President.
Senator Abaribe, don't rush. In line with our rules, Senator Abaribe has proposed that we should go ahead and vote. So those SARS. Abbas, Osho, Baba. Now, gentlemen, this is the beauty of democracy. Therefore, Senator Abaribe has proposed that we should go ahead and vote. And for me, I think we should do so that everybody can answer his father's name. Abaribe, are you still insisting we vote?
Thank you, Mr. President. Order. I wish to withdraw my motion.
Any seconder?
Point of order.
Okay. In the absence of any seconder, we'll go ahead and vote.
Order, please.
Okay, Senator Abaribe. Unfortunately for you, the distinguished colleagues are saying there is no seconder, that you can withdraw.
It is not possible for them to say no. Mr. President, a point of order does not require a seconder. It doesn't require a seconder.
Okay. We have not finished. We have a point of order. We have not finished. We have a point of order. We have not finished. We have not finished with the point of order. Okay, distinguished colleagues, Senator Abaribe has indicated that he has withdrawn his point of order calling for votes for division. So, Senator Lero, I think we should indulge him. I want to plead with all of you. Okay. Senator Ningi, well guided. So the slip that we should go ahead and do division, which he has withdrawn now, is hereby upheld. Page 1495. Point of order, Senator Goje. Yes.
Mr. President, order 42. Can I read? Or go ahead?
Go ahead and read.
By the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there will be no question before the Senate. But no controversial matter may be brought forward, nor may debate arise upon the explanation. The terms of the proposed statement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave to make it is sought.
Senator Goje, because you have not submitted your proposed statement that you want to make in line with what you read, you said the terms of the proposed submission shall be made available to the President of the Senate. I don't have the terms. Can we take it after we finish with our voice, please? Your point of order is noted. Page 1495, page 1496, page 1497, page 1498, page 1499, page 1500, page 1501, page 1502, 1503, 1504, 1505, 1506, 1507, 1508, 1509, 1510, 1511, 1512, 1513, 1514, 1515, 1516, 1517, 1518, 1519, 1520, 1521, 1522, 1523, 1524, 1525, 1526, 1527, 1528, 1529, 1530, 1531, 1532, 1533, 1534, 1535, 1536, 1537, 1538, 1539, 1540, 1541, 1542, 1543, 1544, 1545, 1546, 1547, 1548, 1549, 1550, 1551, 1552, 1553, 1554, 1555, 1556, 1557. Come, Senator Nengi. Senator Nengi, this one you are shaking hands. Are you moving over? Okay. Okay, so you report data. Noted. 1557, 1558, 1559, 1560, 1561, 1562, 1563, 1564, 1565, 1566, 1567, 1568, 1569, and 1570, 1571, 1572, 1573, 1574, and 1575. Dismiss Senator Plan.
the President of the Senate, our leader, my dear colleagues, I am Senator Dicket Plang. I represent Plateau Central. I rise to move a motion that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 4th February 2026 be adopted
as amended.
As amended, be adopted as our property. I so move.
Distinguished Senator Dixon.
Mr. President and my dear colleagues, Henry Siraki Dixon, Bayelsa West, I rise to second that the votes and proceedings be adopted subject to amendments. I so second.
Order. Distinguished colleagues, those in support of the motion and move and seconded that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, the 4th day of Senator Wadada, please let us just put the question, then you can now move around. Those in support that the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 4th day of February 2026 as amended be approved and adopted, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senator Lalong, please approach the chair. Distinguished colleagues.
Order, please.
Arising from page 1575 of the votes and proceedings as amended and adopted, you will see the list of conference committees. The senators as conferees on the Electoral Bill Amendment 2026. The information we have is that our counterpart in the House of Representatives are 12 in number, while we have 9 here. So we just have to move our number to 12 so that we can have 12.
This thing is not audible.
Sir, you own your mic. Please. Distinguished colleagues, Senator Abiru, just to say that I've noted your presence. Senator Wanada, have you started the movement yet? But let me just mention that after consultation with the leadership, we have moved the number from 9 to 12. So I quickly read out the number of the conference committee members from the Senate, and Senator Lalong Simon Bako is the chairman. Senator Mongunu Mohamed Tahe is a member. Senator Aliru Adamu Mohamed, my leader, is also a member. Dismissed Senator Ojus Okalu, my leader. Remember, you were a governor before me, so you are still a leader. And you are my in-law. You are my in-law. No. Okay, I'll come to that. Senator Abamoru is a member. Senator Asuku Ekpeyong is a member. Senator Abbas Aminu Iya Aminu Abbas is a member. Senator Abiru Mokai Adetukumbo is a member. Senator Adebomire Adeniji Ayodele, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is a member. Senator Jibrin Isa Ochocho is a member. Distinguished Senator Banigo Ipalibo Harry is a member. Distinguished Senator Nwebwe is a member. That makes it 12, so that we are together with our colleagues in the House of Representatives. The conference committee, when you meet, you know that this is a matter of urgency. I believe that if you're able to conclude within the next few days or 1 week, the president should be able to sign this amended electoral bill into an act of parliament within this month of February. So I wish you a worthy deliberation with your colleagues. Correspondence from the president. Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, Senate President, Senate Chambers, National Assembly Complex. Distinguished Senate President, request for confirmation of appointment of Career Ambassador. In accordance with the provisions of Section 171, subsection 1, 2C, and 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Usman Isa Dakingeri Suleiman as Career Ambassador. Whilst I hope that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominee expeditiously, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Committee on Foreign Affairs would take this up and report back to the Senate in 1 week. Distinguished colleagues, after consultation with my colleagues, particularly distinguished Senator Alero, I wish to add that this appointment is for a non-career ambassadorship position. So please look at it from that angle, because from the name, it seems to belong to the other club, the club of former governors. So that is not non-career.
Personal explanation. Personal explanation. Mr. President, may I have your attention? Mr. President, explanation. Although there will be no question before the Senate, but no controversial matter may be brought forward, no any debate arise upon the explanation.
Distinguished colleague, Senator Nengi approached me, and what he said is very much uncontroversial. So is it the view of the Senate that he be allowed to go ahead with the personal explanation? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please proceed.
My personal explanation, Mr. President, has to do Senator Umahi informed Nigerians of roads from Akonga to Jos, from Jos to Bauchi, from Bauchi to Gombe. Mr. President, as a representative of the people and on behalf of senators from Plateau, from Bauchi, from Gombe, and from Nasarawa, and from Adamawa, we wish emphatically to thank the President and Commander Gochin, the people from the Plateau, from Bauchi, and from Gombe up to Adamawa. Mr. President, the people from Plateau, from Bauchi, from Adamawa, we want to remind Nigerians that the first Prime Minister of Nigeria comes from Bauchi. The head of state is making sure that this dream has become a reality. We are very, 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 very grateful for this dual carriageway. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know. Normally there should not be any debate or point order 42. So I want to appreciate you on behalf of the president. But maybe distinguished Senator Goje, he had the same idea.
I stand, anyway, I'm Mohammed Njima Goje representing Gombe Central Gombe State. Mr. President, I stand to really add something to what the last speaker has said. Because, Mr. President, if you recall, in this chamber, on 2 occasions, I rose to draw the attention of the federal government under Mr. President on the plight
Yes, to that road.
of the people of that zone. From Plateau, from Nasarawa, Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba. And I made series of calls. I even went to the private radio like BBC and talk about it, calling on Mr. President to do something about this road, particularly from Akonga to Bauchi to Gombe, if possible to Adamawa and Meduguri. So now that he has responded positively, at least from Akonga to Gombe, we have to praise him. We have to thank him for listening to the plight and to the complaints of our people. Mr. President has done very well and needs to be commended. And I hope after this one, he will proceed from Gombe to Yola and from Gombe to Meduguri through Biu. So this can be phase 1, and we thank him very much. And this is how it should be. When people complain to a leader, and the leader listens to the complaint of the people, the leader responds positively. In this case, Mr. President has done well, and we thank him. May God bless him. Meanwhile, on behalf of all the states concerned, Nasarawa, Plateau, Bauchi, Gombe, we thank him very much. And on behalf of the people of Adamawa and Borno, we thank him in advance. We are calling on him after the completion of this phase 1, he should complete the phase 2 by making it to Meduguri and Tiola. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Yes.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Yes.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I am Sadiq Suleiman Umar. I call order 51 I read. Matter of urgent public importance.
So,
the matter for discussion.
Sadiq, please go ahead and read your motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This motion is about the attack and killing of innocent persons in Woro Community, Kahama Local Government Area of Kwara State. The Senate knows with profound shock and deep sorrow the gruesome killing of over 100 innocent persons in Woro Community in Kahama Local Government Area of Kwara State on the 3rd February 2026. Also knows that condolence visits by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Deputy Senate President, governors, and senators to condole with the government of Kwara State and the people of Kahama Local Government. The Senate acknowledges that prompt humanitarian interventions on the directive of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by National Emergency Management Agency, the Kwara State Emergency Management Agency, Red Cross, as well as the subsequent deployment of personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces under Operation Savannah in remote and forest border areas remain vulnerable and require enhanced protection, early warning mechanisms, and rapid response to prevent loss of lives and humanitarian crisis. Accordingly, Senate resolves to 1. Urge the federal government through the service chiefs and the Office of the National Security Advisor to intensify efforts towards the safe rescue and release of all abducted women and children from Woro community. 2. Call on the federal government to redesign and comprehensively clear the Kemanji Forest Reserve, Kanji Forest Reserve of criminal elements and consider the strategic establishment of security formations where necessary. 3, encourage with value chain economic activities to promote food security and lawful livelihoods. 4, urge the federal 5, urge the federal government to urgently fund and complete the already awarded Wawa Kayama and Kayama Kishi road projects, noting that terrible state of these roads has made access to communities difficult and worsened the insecurity in the region. The Senate emphasizes that the completing these strategic routes will improve accessibility, enhance security operation, and promote economic and social development across the affected community. I so move, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator. To address or to talk about the tragedy that occurred in the Kayama area of Kwara State, where several people were killed. So please, we need to listen, we need to be silent so that we can deal with this motion because of its importance. I call on my leader to second and then thereafter make his contribution, and then we call on later and then Senator Ademalera will also have the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the matter of attack and killing of innocent persons in Wuru community, Kayama local government area of Kwara State, is a sad one. Mr. President, the issue of insecurity, the issue of armed banditry and kidnapping and adoptions, killings of innocent persons, Mr. President, have become a recurring decimal. Mr. President, I'm aware that the President of this country has been talking very tough on insecurity, and I want to believe that as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, the President means well for Nigerians. But Mr. President, it's very concerning that in spite of the efforts and pronouncements from the federal government, killings have continued across the country, and especially in Kwara State in recent times. Mr. President, I also want to call to mind the adoption of worshippers in St. John's Church, Ojiji, Minado local government area of my constituency. And Mr. President, the killing by armed herdsmen of 4 persons and several others injured and displaced in Olapoga in Entekpa ward of Otukpo local government in recent times. And so, Mr. President, I still want the ad hoc committee of the Senate on security that is proposing a security summit must reawaken its activities and aggressively pursue the holding of that national summit. This, I think, is the only way that the Senate, as a legislative body, can come up with a legislative intervention that will shape the policy of government in terms of reviewing our security architecture and our approach to insecurity problems across the country. Otherwise, Mr. President, I think it is becoming very, very worrisome that every other day, every other week, we keep hearing about the killing of our people, about the burning down of the houses of our people and their displacement, and our people living in agony in various internally displaced camps. And so, Mr. President, I want to express my sympathy to the people of Woro in Kwara State, and of course to urge the federal government, as a matter of urgency, and government at all levels, to take the problem of insecurity very, very seriously. Because, Mr. President, we cannot be lamenting and lamenting every day on the killings of our people, the destruction of their property, without seeing any definable solution to the problem of insecurity in the country. Mr. President, I so submit.
The floor is here to Senator Ademalero. Then thereafter, the former President of the Senate will take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Former leader,
My distinguished
Senator
colleagues.
Negi will take the floor.
Mr. President, I rise to support this very important motion, ably moved by Senator Sadiq, the senator representing the very area where this gruesome murder took place. And they have been training their personnel there. And from there, they operate and destabilize Kebbi State, Niger State, now Kwara State. They have time for us to flush out these insurgents. They are calling themselves Islamists, but there is nothing Islamic in what they are doing. Killing innocent people without any cause is un-Islamic, and it is not Islamic religion. So I therefore want to call on federal government to use all the available resources they have to flush out these bandits. We have the capacity, I believe, to deal with them. They have been there, the army and the forest guard move en masse and flush these people out. This is the only way we can have peace in that area. Mr. President, this area is very, very fertile. Farmers from all over the northwest and north central do go there to produce food. And I'm afraid if we don't flush them out, it will seriously affect agricultural productivity in that area. And this will threaten our food security. I therefore want us to do all we can to ensure that we safeguard that forest. What the mover of the motion has not said is to observe 1 minute silence in honor of the departed souls. And I want to add that it's additional prayer. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Ahmed Lom, former President of the Senate.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I'm Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent Yobe North Senatorial District. And Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am Magayakin Kayama. So I have a traditional title from that community. Mr. President, first of all, it was unfortunate that we lost so many lives and many others had injuries. We failed to protect our people, but it was not a deliberate failure. Our system at this moment, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, requires that we enhance it. Let me commend Mr. President for immediately directing for taking a battalion to that area to secure the environment. But what that also means is some loopholes, some weak points were created by moving out those soldiers and our armed forces. And therefore we need to work with the executive arm of government to insist on recruiting more and more soldiers and security forces. Mr. President, I once visited Kayama from Ilorin by road. I think we have sinned against Kwara North because a road.
Chief Whip, can you please keep the chamber silent, Chief Whip? Senator Orwell, please.
A road that is only 60 kilometers, Mr. President, will take you about 4 hours. It enhances since motorists or the deplorable situation of the roads will not allow for escape. what is not, what is never. For I was that unjustifiably. It's like you have killed the whole world. That's the judgment in Islam. Fine. So we also need to do in the books.
The floor to Senator Ningi. So after Senator Ningi, you speak.
President, my name is Senator Abdul Ningi, and I represent Bauchi Central of Bauchi State. Mr. President, my administration, what we do on this floor was the last option, was the only thing we could do. Mr. President, I think as a Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we could do better. Arose to what is it that we are doing right and what is it that we are doing wrong. Why are we at a sense of responsibility? Were we made in our various security apparatus? How many military recruitments will we be able? How many police? How many DSS? How many NSGC have been recruited into the force? Believe me, sir, that if you want 1 million youth, by Friday you get them ready to be police, ready to be military, and ready to be DSS. We have not done that, not because this administration has not done that. It has become a recurring dismal, even from the PDP days. Mr. President, we cannot, in all honesty, begin to sit down when our constituents are getting killed and we do not call a spade a spade. Additionally to the recruitment, how many times have we interrogated the executives from the kind of arms they are purchasing? How many times have we taken cognizance of oversight? In Borno, I had to use my money to transport the family that he left back home. And as of today, I am following up 3 people that were killed in my constituency for their pension arrears, for their pension payments. Mr. President, there is no way with this kind of attitude. People got killed, they were merely mentioned. Their families were left stranded. It's a human thing. Other people in front line, how are you encouraging them? What protection are you giving these people? We are not losing this by ordinary civilians. So day in, day out, Mr. President, we are losing personnel in uniform. Soldiers, police, DSS. In spite of the truth, are we doing the needful? And as a Senate, if as a country we are not doing the needful, we have options with this constitution to approach the executive and the powers that be and raise our position to them. I was trying to go through, finally, sir, I was trying to go through motions of this nature last year. And I said, even you have presided over 20. So we're in the new year again. Lamentation continues. Urging the federal government continues. It doesn't make a difference. Mr. President, I hope the leadership of the Senate and that of the House will sit down, take a holistic look at this matter, and inquire whether or not we are doing the right thing. Thank you.
The last but not the least, Senator Saliu.
My name is Saliu Mustafa, representing Kwara Central. I rise to commiserate with my brothers and sisters who were gruesomely attacked and most continuous attack. So we are fortunate to be interwoven in almost every sphere of life. And when things like this happen, that it affects humanity. I will continue to pray for them, that may Almighty Allah grant them Al-Jannah to.
And the sponsor of this bill. The other aspect I would like to look at particularly is most of our forests. Those constituencies on our forest guards. Our forest guards have become an avenue for these bad people to hide themselves. Meant it so that it will be good, sir.
The last just gathering, I had earlier operating to protect and take total control of the forest. They are using the waterways to transport themselves to wherever they plan to operate. When the Senate was screening the newly then appointed Chief of Naval Staff to Lokoja, so if they have a free ride to Lokoja, and from Lokoja they go on land to do whatever they want, the backing of the Senate. And with this, I pray that this brings to end to these experiences of insecurity we have and losing lives each and every day, which is spiritually a bad omen to us. Part of what we are experiencing today negatively that is or are not good to humanity is because of the spiritual unhappiness on us, because you cannot continuously be shedding human blood and expect good from God.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we go to the prayers. Prayer 1. Urge the federal government through the service chiefs and the Office of National Security Advisor to intensify efforts toward the safe rescue. The eyes of it. Cause of criminal elements. Say I. Those against portions of the foreign reserve into regulated agricultural zones with value chain economic activities to promote food security and lawful livelihoods. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Urge the federal and state governments to provide comprehensive support resources and well-structured programs for displaced farmers and residents of Woro community and neighboring areas, aimed at restoring their livelihoods, rebuilding economic resilience, and enabling them to regain sustainable economic stability. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Urge the federal government to urgently fund and complete the already awarded Wawa, Kayama, and Kayama Kishi Road projects, noting that the terrible state of these roads has made access to communities difficult and worsening insecurity in the region. The Senate emphasizes that completing these strategic routes will improve accessibility, enhance security operations, and promote economic and social development across the affected communities. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That the Senate do observe 1 minute silence for the repose of the souls of the lost persons. Any seconder? The Senate leader. Okay. Those in favor of the additional prayer say aye. Silence in. Of those that were killed, the tragic attack that took place in Woro community, rest in perfect peace.
So, Mr. President, point of order, please. I stand another legislative day based on the fact that many of us will recall President.
Before you, the Maryland seconds the motion, let me commend Senator Suleiman Umar Sadiq for bringing forward the motion that we've just. The federal government condole with your people on the demise of your constituents in that tragic attack. It's quite sad, but the federal government has directed, the president has directed that more should be done in terms of be brought to justice. The action he has taken so far to deal with the matter, and you have been a very good representative. I mean, you can see the chamber is empty. Senator Binos Dauda, you can see the chamber is empty because our senator is poised to make sure that we allow senators to attend budget hearings. Otherwise, I will have taken your two motions that you brought. You brought a motion, you brought before you also brought, but you can see the mood of the Senate does not allow that. So you have to bear with us. Senator Dende, you brought your motion. Next time we'll take it. Senator Binos will take it by the grace of God. So, Seconder, why not here?
Mr. President, and adjourn and reconvene on the 24th of February at 11 a.m. I so second.
Colleagues, you come under order 42, personal explanation just stated. Is it possible, wherefore, you want to do that, or Senator Binos? Or you want it a full motion? We should wait till then.
Mr. President, I want my motion to be taken in full and prayers contained therein to be considered and adopted. Thank you.